Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to DeathSpank. Let's continue. So we're following along this pathway to the Enchanted Forest because the Pip Ravaged Town has some characters that are a little too high for me. The little squeaks, the Pip squeaks, I can take out in small numbers, but there's large numbers of the larger ones. So I'm hoping that we don't end up in the Enchanted Forest and find that the creatures there are even more stronger. Because if that's the case, I need to just kind of backtrack and find some place to grind for an extra level. Here we have a note: wanted dead or alive, the leprechaun snitch for ratting on the family values council. This is the second article in the newspaper we've had note we found talking about a leprechaun family values council. So it seems like we're gonna have a new character introduced to us. Meanwhile, I'm gonna look for gold keys and also gold chests. What's this? Enchanted Forest, no logging unless you have to. And then this is unicorn mating season warning, do not stray from the path. So this might be, we also need to get some enchanted wood from this area. So we have an item we bought before. What was it? It was unicorn turnip relish. Add to unicorn food to give them an extra push to poop. I don't know why we need to do that though. And here we have the leprechaun snitch. And I just ate food. I keep thinking down on the D-pad is going to talk to these guys. I don't know why. I'm just so... I'm pushing it to eat food so often. It's weird.
Don't talk to me.
What's the matter?
The leprechaun mob has a contract out on me. Just by talking to me, you've doomed us both.
Leprechaun mob? That sounds hilarious.
Yeah, hilarious. Until you try to quit and then they kill you. I need a new look.
Then I'll find a disguise for you.
So we need to find a wee
There's
disguise.
always old stuff around him.
They've started leaving dead adventurers around for us to search and find items. Like this chest piece, which is health plus 200, compared to this, which is health plus 120 and undeath. Well, apparently I need to hit the right trigger so I equip the better armor. That might have explained some of my difficulty. Okay. I also got another note. We're getting too many notes at this point. It makes the game feel like it's trying to be too serious for its own good. Note to self: the treasure off the beaten path in the Enchanted Forest, but watch out for the unicorns. Right. Can we see where the map is? Nope, that's an level 20 blinking creature. And these guys do seem like they will just attack you completely if you're not on the path. Yeah. I can kill the gingerbread wildman, but I don't know if I can even fairly safely run and collect the gold off of them. And they only have like 1 gold on them anyway, so it's kind of a waste of effort. This is a weird concept to push in a game, is to have you stay on the path, and I've had to do it for the previous 2 areas. And it's definitely the case in this instance that the level 20 characters would have been over leveled compared to me on the first visit. Friendly leprechaun family values constant reminder, do not feed the rabid gnomes. Let's see. These aren't gnomes, are they? Nope. So we're kind of just walking through a path section here. Those are rabid gnomes. Let's see. These guys don't feel too bad. If I can get a couple of them to come towards me without dying or attracting too many people. I guess I can get off the beaten path here because there's no unicorn around. Some of these walls feel like you should be able to climb up them. There should be maybe a thicker black line around the edges of the walls to kind of show that this is not climbable where other things, certain hills are. What are these? Some rabbit gnomes, I can take them out. And we're just about to the point where we're going to get to the other side of the map. Let's see. Let's go ahead and just get this treasure chest. We're starting to stock up on more more potions, larger potions, which I need to probably drink the last remaining of my minor potions and start using major potions. Because they're gonna very quickly stop having any usefulness. This does 500 physical damage, whereas this did only 400. So there's no reason to really keep that. Unless there was some kind of level restrictions. Which, you know, if there's going to be a new game plus, that would be a problem. But at a certain point, I guess, if you were playing a new game plus, and you've just allowed yourself to have your previous character's armor and weapons, you're really not doing a lot in the new game plus. That was kind of the problem with the new game plus idea in Torchwood and not Torchwood, Torchlight. I always get that confused. Torchwood's a Doctor Who spin-off series, but also it was a problem in the Diablo games. Is like the Diablo games kind of did it better than anybody else because in one playthrough you aren't likely to be able to max out all the gems and all the socketed armor, and there is a really high level of randomness as far as item drops in the Diablo games, where here the items that are dropping are just the same thing. I didn't even read that, but whatever. It's all foreshadowing that we're gonna run into the leprechaun mob. We know what's happening. Alright, so this was a Thongolith of Justice, and it's telling me we're going to be fighting level 15 characters, and some gingerbread warriors. I'm going to do this, but I might regret it. So we need to drop this, and just wait. I suppose the idea is to kill things quickly.
Is this the end of DeathSpank?
can see I've almost drank all 5 of my health potions. That's it. That's all the minor health potions. Like, so we are now done with minor health potions, and hopefully we can do a little bit better and not hurt ourselves. Here we have a double handy a war mace that does 605 physical compared to this, which does 525. So we'll grind that. And this does 500 physical, so we don't need that. If I was to sort, we have one that's 5% fire versus one that's 4% fire. So this is worse. As a trinket. Of course, these trinkets do require higher levels to wear. But you don't have enough inventory even in your storage crate in the other areas of the game also, so you're kind of in a weird position there also. And the Enchanted Forest in that top left section might literally just be an Enchanted Forest you never enter, or it might be a randomizing changing section. Yeah, it doesn't seem like we're gonna get to that top left. So yeah, it does kind of feel like the game itself is designed in such a way to kind of take some shortcuts. Can these guys really run through here, or am I just taking them out and in an unfair way? Yeah, that we may find that in the world map the top left is not used, the top center is not used, and even the top right is not used. And maybe in the sequels they think about expanding the same world some more, and the map gets like twice as big, and maybe by the third game you have a world that's 3 times as big. That's potentially interesting, but probably not. Like, if Skyrim got a sequel 4 years later that was just Skyrim 2 and it was the exact same landmass, people wouldn't really have been very satisfied. Although, in all fairness, in retrospect, 10 years later, since the last Elder Scrolls, I believe it's been 10 plus years, that would have been much preferable. So, certainly. Let's talk to this guy. The camera's so zoomed in you can't even see him.
Salutations to you, DeathSpank.
That seems like a joke.
Of course I do. The wind and the rain speak of your heroic deeds.
Finally!
I beg of you, please wreak your justice upon the abominable orc loggers for cutting down all my friends.
I do enjoy a good reeking.
Bring me their foul plaid shirts as proof of the deed.
So we're gonna collect plaid shirts. It looks like there's one more quest in the left section, but we still are really just doing the same old, don't we? Walk to an area, attack some things. Seems like the loggers throw axes instead of, for a brief time, the Greens were dropping, were shooting arrows at us, and it was filling the entire landmass. Take note that the axes that are being thrown are not staying on the screen, so it probably was an early development experiment to have the arrows stay on the ground, and And Hothead Games must have realized that was a waste of visual resources. So let's try not to be too crazy around this. Let's see if we can get a decent amount of these guys around this way, and then maybe we can get our justice attack to hit everybody at once. This is a very large amount of people considering when this game came out. Let's eat some food. There's a series of games basically made by one company that where you're and usually you're playing as one of the characters from like the Chinese great novel Three Kingdoms, the Romance of the 12 Kingdoms, and all you do is mash buttons and hundreds and hundreds of enemies attack you, and it's just kind of this mindless fun. And they've done some spin-offs. There's been some like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure spin-off. There's been a Nintendo spin-off, and I think it's called 99 Nights is one of the series. There's like a couple different series, and half the games aren't very good, but there is something interesting to that idea. Certainly in the game Heavenly Sword, there's a scene at least where you're being attacked by an entire army, but it really loses its appeal after about, let's see, 2 or 3 hours straight of doing the same thing over and over again and just mashing buttons, particularly when you have a little bit of arthritis in your hands like me, and apparently I don't.
Goodbye, talking tree.
So button mashing has really become something I'm not capable or willing to do anymore. I can do a little bit of it, but I'm not going to make it a high priority type of game that I would want to play, because it is just not a valuable trade-off of your time, frankly, and your energy and the wear and tear it puts on my thumbs. Plus, button mashing gets a little bit less desirable as you're older and you're perhaps not pressing the buttons as fast as you once could. Like, I can still feel like I can press buttons quite a bit. And if you compare button mashing in a game like 99 Nights to properly playing, say, a fighting game, which most people, let's face it, don't properly play fighting games. Instead, they just mash buttons. Or even like Bayonetta. Like, those games, if you are willing to engage them on that level, totally, they totally have strategy behind the timing and the button presses. And there are, like, combos that you actually should learn and you should actually put into the controls instead of just accidentally pulling off a combo that you have no idea how you did that. It's kind of a better example for many people would be just like the difference between learning a Mortal Kombat fatality and accidentally pulling one off, or through button mashing, or just cheating in some of the systems that they later introduced to pull off easy fatalities. Alright, so we got all the wood that we were looking for the cabins. Ruralization of, or the urbanization, I guess, of the rural areas. It is a bit of a subtle commentary that I guess most people wouldn't spend any real time thinking about. They're really not making a big statement other than the fact that DeathSpank is an idiot and he will just help anybody who claims to be on the side of good and ask for his help, even if you ask them to do something that's not particularly good.
Greetings, Talking Tree. I have the plaid shirts for you.
You live up to your reputation, DeathSpank. My perennial friends are safe once again. Night in the forest is cold and lonely. I could really use a sock.
Then a heroic sock you will have.
So I need to
Any
collect a sock.
particular color?
Surprise me.
So now we have, let's see. Ooh, apparently we can only upgrade 2 things. Now you're level 15. Fist of Righteousness. DeathSpank doesn't even need new weapons, but sure, likes using them. Health damage and blocking time have increased. Choose your gifts. Apparently choosing our gifts now really has gotten down to just increasing melee or range damage, which seems weird because it feels like we should have been able to upgrade our block or walking speed also. Like, I don't think I've upgraded everything 3 times already. There's 6 items, and if we're at level 15, that means everything would have only been upgraded a couple times. So maybe they've run out of steam with their idea of the hero cards, and they're just going to be done with that. I would maybe argue it would be nice if there's something.
The big leprechaun leader has the key to this cage.
Oh, so Leprechaun has some orphans. Like, I would say maybe there's a reason to have some kind of enemy respawn every now and then, because it's getting, some of these areas get rather empty. Wow, I seem to be very capable of being stunned, and that's weird in any game to just have your control completely removed away from you. Man, I keep thinking that talking to the people is down on the D-pad, which probably means down on the D-pad should not be labeled to anything.
Greetings, Spelunker.
Please, enter the dark and forbidding cave over there and retrieve a crystal sample for me.
Okay. Just a automatic leprechauns. Alright, do we have anybody else that's gonna try and take me on other than just these guys? Are these guys just teleporting faster than I can hit them? Because it doesn't seem like anybody's dying. But if I'm not hitting anybody, then how am I building up my justice meter? And then how are some of these people's life bars so low? Is it that only one of these is real?
I don't have a key to open the safety deposit chest.
Interesting. So yeah, I don't know if that was a case of the leprechauns just kind of duplicating themselves or what. And hopefully I'm gonna get the key to the safety deposit chest, otherwise I may forget to come back into this area.
Greetings, Spelunker.
Do you have any crystal samples for me yet?
Indeed.
It's the same
An
Spelunker
enchanted
character, it
forest
seems.
crystal.
Groovy. See you at the next cave.
Gold gold treasure chest key. I mean, I can go this way.
I don't have a key to open the safety deposit chest.
Alright. I'm gonna have to make a special effort to go back and take out the few chests we've seen. Man, the stun could kill me if I'm not careful. I've gotta take this guy out before the other guys can hit me. Yeah, it does seem like these leprechauns. Why am I getting poisoned? Yes, I am. Seems like they teleport, seems like they cause poison damage. Seems like they're going to be just a pain in the butt. Well, actually, I think it's the chests that were poisoned. Gallus Undeath. Equip a melee undeath weapon and a stamping warhammer and use them at the full time to trigger a unique attack. Nice, but not something we're gonna do. Yeah. Seems like shooting them makes them teleport, but hitting them doesn't. Interestingly enough. Now we have Fist of Mega Bashing. So. Feels like there should have been a conversation before we just ran in here and killed everything. Although this does kind of feel right in line with the rest of the game, that instead of having a leprechaun main boss appear, there's just going to be a bunch of leprechauns to kill, and then maybe there's going to be an item or a summoning whistle or something that frees, that makes the boss appear. Nope. The boss was just one of those characters.
Me, mister?
That's what my quest log says.
So we have 2 of 8 orphans. Okay. So we have here 605 physical compared to 605 physical, but it's purple, so it's better. We have bladed boots of blades, which is health plus 35 compared to health plus 50. That's absolutely useless. That's really late game to be getting that item. Gilded boots of bling. Since I have always equipped better armor on, this stuff isn't necessary. Get rid of that. Then we'll sort. I almost feel like I should have this equipped, but it kind of doesn't even matter. An extra 31 physical damage. I wish I could buy the another ring, because it does seem like rings are only purchasable. We have a mushroom disguise. Where does this go? Stamping warhammer and an melee undeath weapon, which I don't think any of the things I have are a melee undeath weapon. Also, almost certainly that if we have many different rune stones, you wouldn't probably be able to make a build out that had an item that satisfied each requirement for each special attack. Grave delivery. We need to deliver. Well, there's no fast travel out of this area. It doesn't seem to be like a key either. So that part of the quest is also, we may have to fast travel back to this area later on. And so this is going to kind of stink. This is a great example really of a point where either having an outhouse to fast travel, which I don't think would help me any. I mean, I could do a little bit of it to that point, but that's about it. And there's no just generic creatures around here, not even really like a lot of gingerbread men. And I'm still level 15, so yeah, it still doesn't really make sense to try and take out these guys.
I found the cutest little thing for you.
A mushroom? Oh, I swore I'd never dress like one again, but I don't have a choice. I'm gonna turn fairy state's evidence and become a gnome in exchange for my freedom.
I'm thinking he'll give
and
me
get the incriminating evidence I left behind.
Yep.
Cave evidence, got it.
Take this key. You'll need it to get into my safety deposit chest.
So yeah, this is just a prime example of a game that if you knew the exact turn of events, you might be able to speedrun it, but the vast majority of players are not going to be able to speedrun it, so instead you're going to fast travel, and best case scenario, it'll respawn some people. I guess I fast traveled enough to respawn some people. I just got a sock, and this guy seems to drop 10 cans, telling me that there's probably a infinite number of tin cans. The Fist of Bashing special ability here does seem to be like a just really powerful attack, which I don't know if I like that. I think it's better. I think it's typically better if you have an area attack, because there's not a lot of opportunities for area attacks. I'm gonna choose not to grind completely. Like, I certainly could. I could keep up with all of this, but I wanna try and not waste too much time. These guys are stronger now. Might be a reason to go through the entire game the second time, honestly. So let's read this. See state's evidence. You can't actually read. Interesting. By the time we get out of this forest, we should be strong enough now to take on the pips. And I don't know how much of that really was from fighting people. I don't think it really was. I think a lot of it is just from the turning in of quests.
Greetings, talking tree.
And it'll be
Here's
interesting to
just a
see if this guy
darling
gives
son
us
for you.
another side quest.
Forsooth, that is really nice. You know what I miss from my sapling days? Reading the book, The Giving Tree, with my dad.
Let me find a copy for you.
So, yeah, it looks like, again, whenever you turn in a quest, that spawned a new character. Whenever you turn in a quest, you get healed. And I kind of assume that one of these guys will drop the book. If not, then that'd be a shame. I don't know where the book would be. Maybe there's just too many enemies still around in this area. It's that tin can. Alright, let's just double check. And we didn't get a book. If the book isn't from this area, I kind of don't know where it would be from. Oh man. So we level up again and now we just have two options. We'll just move faster. Faster move speed is preferable. We're almost to the point where the ice creams are going to be eaten up. Come on. So they took me out with all that stunning. But they oddly don't refill your health. And there's a decent amount of walking. Grab all that gold. I don't think you actually drop any gold or anything. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Let me just hit that guy really well. No, 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 no. Like, there's something in his attack that does damage so that it's not just something where I can shoot and kill him, usually. At least it seemed that way. And you really don't have a combination of enemies like this too often. And there's no book in that group either. And that didn't feel like that really led to us grinding anymore. Because if we look at our experience, it's at almost exact 0. Okay. So then we need to fast travel back over here. We may just have to come back to this area later. Now that the guy is in his mushroom costume.
Greetings, Snitch. Here is the evidence of misdoings.
Swell! This evidence is my ticket out of this candy-scented dump. Great. Once it gets dark, I can make a break for the border. Now make like a tree and expel gases efficiently. I can't be seen with you.
So there's definitely some silliness and comedy with DeathSpank claiming to be the good guy, yet claiming someone who's trying to get out of the life of crime is a snitch for confessing crimes that other people did, or telling the truth effectively. Think we can go ahead and just sell these? I don't think I need to hold on to that. And then this is the chest plate of blades, which we can go ahead and sell. And we've got some 700 and 550. This is 605 versus this. I think I actually want to go back to this because I kind of don't like the Fist of Mega Bashing. So I'm going to give that a try. Sort all of this stuff. Quest wise, now, I think we're supposed to go back up here. So we're now level 16, and these little pip squeaks theoretically will give us less trouble. But in a weird way, that they very well could be a similar experience to fighting the leprechauns, only the pips are going to be stronger. Once we start getting to these higher characters. Let's see. There's a pip mound, which we got a trunk of stuff from. I'm gonna just try and hit one of these guys with the poison attack, and then see if I can convince other pips in this area to come this way without like killing myself. Yeah, look at that. One hit deaths. So yeah, either they've made a specific path here where you're not supposed to be able to go into this pip ravaged town, or I'm really under-leveled.
I can't go inside. The building is too damaged.
So then that puts us kind of in a weird position. We did get the chest of stuff, but so we can turn in this quest, but there's another quest around that area too that we haven't gotten
Greetings,
done.
citizen. Your trunk is safely and snugly within my inventory.
Thank you for needlessly risking your life to save my trunk. Now I can sell it on alt.trunk.fetish.
And that's like a reference to, I guess, a bulletin board system that really doesn't make any sense nowadays. Yeah. We can turn in this quest, but we may have to go into the swamp because we may not have anything better to do other than to run into the swamp and just look around
Greetings
for more
again,
orphans.
Rich Cabin. Here is the enchanted wood you requested.
Oh, this wood is great! You can really taste the quality. Now I also want to start construction of a 9-hole golf course in the smelly swamp. But the swamp donkeys hate golf and all it stands for. Kill the donkeys and bring me their guts.
What's with you and guts anyways?
I lost mine as a child.
Well, lucky for you. I've always hated swamp donkeys and all they stand for.
Okay. So I want to go to this area for a moment. Let's see. Here's the Thongolith researcher.
Greetings, researcher.
We did
have
that
you
quest
reading
earlier,
from the
a long
Thongolith
time
in the
ago.
Enchanted Forest.
Excellent. The data gathered is perfect. Thank you.
Okay. And if we bring up quests, we, let's see, should be able to see if we have too many other quests we've already done. But I just found the guy that also has all the items for sale that I wanted to purchase. So now would be a good time. So yeah, this quest to get a gold treasure chest key is in the Pip Ravage town. Also in that general area, I think there are some other gold chests. We may just skip getting some of the treasure chests in favor of having some extra keys on us, but we actually have way too many keys. We haven't seen any turtles. We haven't found a book. We don't know really where the Gravedigger is, but apparently he's in the haunted forest. I didn't see him. So we're gonna have to come back to that area. This game may actually be pretty decent about making us go backwards and forwards and revisit areas. We've seen a little bit of that, but not a huge amount of that. And there's still quite a few orphans. Item-wise, we kind of need to know what is on the table here. Gloves are giving plus 40, chest is 220, helm is doing 100. We've got 6% fire resistance, which is probably not that useful, but health plus 110. Health plus 80 on the shoulders, and health plus 50 on the boots.
Greetings, armorist. Let's see your weapons selection.
So, we already own this. We could get the Mega Spinning Blade, but I think it's actually too expensive. We have some orbs that we wouldn't really use. out of fear of just them being too expensive. I have a Claymore that does 805 damage, which right now we're doing 605 damage. So we could upgrade that way and it wouldn't be too expensive. We have some armor that's not actually that good. Looking further ahead, it does seem like everything else is like, you can buy this epic ring, 5% on everything. That seems like that's a pretty good deal, so I'm gonna buy that and just hold on to it. And I can't afford this. Definitely can't afford it now. So would I want to buy this, which is a level 18 item, when I'm level 16?
Greetings, armorist. Let's see your weapons selection.
Well, if it's level 18, doesn't that mean I can't use it anyways? I think it is. That also would be the same case for this. So, yeah. So it doesn't feel like the things you can buy are even helpful, unless you're just in a really bad situation.
Lost and found.
Let's see. 6% ice, 5. Trinket of Knowledge. This would be health 120 plus 4%, and these are. This is a chess piece, so that goes there. But I should look at this necklace and see if this would give us more health. Ice resistance potion, minor speed potions, probably don't need that. Major armor potion, probably don't need that. This is 4% ice, but this is 6% ice, so we can go ahead and just sell that. I'm gonna go ahead and just put this down. It's kind of fairly obvious though that these weapons are either elemental weapons and you get those very rarely, or they are just purple weapons of very low value. And then I guess you just hold on to the bolts, even though I kind of never gonna use them. So what is the requirement here? It's 0% on, no, it resists everything 5%, which I don't resist elemental damage at all right now, and fire 6% and undeath 3%. And this is a level 20 ring, so it's going to be a while. This ring is a level 10 ring. This is a health, 100 health plus 6% ice, versus 110 health and 6% fire. So actually this Trinket of Claws, which is only 70 plus 5% fire, is not useful. It's redundant. We can go ahead and get rid of that also. And we may have to start buying food if we're not careful. We kind of have plenty of food right now, but it may get dangerously close to that. What is this? Heck from Heaven, 50 damage plus 90, whereas Help from Heaven would be 159 damage. Ooh, okay, so we can go ahead and unequip that and just see, is it worth selling? What's the value on it? 1? No. It's not worth selling at all. We also have this chicken gun, which does 25 damage, which I think we can get rid of that. And instead we'll equip something else. Orb of Brief Invulnerability, I guess. Might be our best bet.
The lost and found is
Oops. Yeah, chicken cannon. Time for it to go away. And it probably isn't really necessary to hold on to this. But whatever. There's a decent argument to be made here that we aren't making as much progress as we'd like to. If the game is really just intent on making us wander around the same area over and over again, it could get a little bit grindy. Remember, by the looks of this map, there's still 2/3 of the world to be seen, and something a little bit different might be appreciated. Also, we have a slight fear that I really am just going to have to grind a lot more. We could look at the stats at least. Yeah, the game says we're 40% complete, and I'm not sure how much I really believe that percentage. Now, the 40% may just be main quests completed, so it may not care one bit about the side quests. And so if we are going to play this game and do most of the side quests, that may drastically lengthen the amount of time you play on it. Are there any majorly interesting numbers here? Apparently I've damaged a significantly larger amount of damage than damage I've taken. And I've killed over 1,200 creatures. Gained a lot of money, spent a lot of money. The economy still feels very out of place. A lot of these notes don't seem like they really are anything, and they don't seem like they are separated well either. So you have things here from the wizard, and you have notes from DeathSpank himself, and you have notes from the Leprechaun Family Values Guild. Still not sure what the lollipop is for. And the taco is just an extra item. And then Hair of the Pixie seems to be mostly just an extra item. And then the shoes, I think, probably are a quest. And of course, getting some unicorn poop will be a quest at some point. I didn't even see a place where I'd use the Haunted Forest Green Whistle in the cherry pits. Yeah, I don't know what the use of cherry pits may be either. And quest-wise, again, you have just like a whole bunch of orphans you need to save before you can do anything else, and a whole bunch of side quests you can do in the process of grinding and trying to save the orphans. The hero cards never really had a large amount of value to them, and they've almost certainly run out of value now. We probably will just get one extra one of those at every opportunity. It almost feels like we probably will finish the game well below a level 100. I wouldn't be surprised if a level 20 even is like the max. 20, 25, 30. If we're halfway through the game and we're at level 16. Well, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. And if you want to support me further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and gift me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.